Campsites within Yosemite National Park are notoriously hard to get due to its popularity. This year was particularly difficult since campgrounds were not fully open due to funding issues earlier this year. Not to be deterred, we ended up in a commercial RV park about 30 minutes from the Big Oak Flat entrance on Highway 120. The downside to this is that we would have to transit what is known as the New Priest Grade on Highway 120 west of Groveland, California. This section of highway is about 5 miles long, with grades between 4 and 8%, and is described as, quote, constantly curvy, unquote. Let's just say that Brenda was not a fan. Yosemite National Park receives about 4 million visitors annually. This has prompted the Park Service to institute an entry reservation system for the summer months. Fortunately for us, on the days we entered, there were either no lines or just a short line like this, which lasted only a few minutes. After entering the park, we drove about an hour to the trailhead for our first 2 hikes of the day, Sentinel Dome and Taft Point. We elected to visit Sentinel Dome first, which was an easy 2.25 mile round trip with only about 500 foot of elevation gain. The final push to the top of the dome looked imposing at first, but it turned out to be a fairly easy walk up the steep granite face with good footing. Once on top, we were rewarded with amazing views in all directions. It was a beautiful, clear day, and we could see Upper Yosemite Falls and El Capitan in the distance across the valley, and the iconic Half Dome just off to our side. On the way back, Brenda took a moment to celebrate overcoming her fear of heights and climbing to the top of Sentinel Dome. After returning to the trailhead, we grabbed a bit of lunch that Brenda had packed in the truck before heading out to Taft Point. The Taft Point Trail is very similar in distance and elevation change as Sentinel Dome, except the trail heads downhill first, leaving the climb back up for the trip home. Plan accordingly. This trail was much more green and lush than the Sentinel Dome Trail was, but eventually we reached another somewhat imposing bare granite face to climb. The difference this time was that we knew at the end of the face was a sheer drop-off to the valley floor. Brenda was a trooper once again and scurried right up to the edge where the Park Service wisely placed a small section of railing. As with the Sentinel Dome, the views were spectacular, except that Half Dome was not visible. I'm not sure what this guy was doing, perhaps looking for Half Dome? I never saw a news story, so I guess he made it back safely. The walk back to the trailhead was uneventful, except remember, it's all uphill, so everyone was moving a little slowly. On our way out of the park, we made a quick stop for the short hike to Bridal Veil Falls. During the few minutes we were there, the wind caused the falls to change shape multiple times. Just beautiful. Kinda like a bridal veil. Who knew? This is the view that greets you after exiting the tunnel on the way into the valley. It's a small pullout, so be ready. Our first stop was at the Ahwahnee Lodge for breakfast. Opened in 1927, this magnificent stone, steel, and wood building is not to be missed. Enormous fireplaces in its great lounge and the 30-foot tall ceilings in the famous Ahwahnee dining room are like few other places. For breakfast, Brenda chose Eggs Benedict and I had a cordon bleu omelet. Both were exceptional. If you choose to dine here, make reservations early to avoid disappointment. Afterwards, we visited Yosemite Falls again, this time from ground level. Afterwards, we took a short hike up the Mist Trail. Our last stop on the way back to the campground was a quick visit with these little fellas. There's always one that's late to the party. And of course, what would a video be without Murphy being Murphy? That wraps up our visit to Yosemite National Park. If you enjoyed following along, please consider hitting those like and subscribe buttons so you'll be notified as we continue our journeys. If you have any questions or comments, just drop them in the comment section below and we'll do our best to address each and every one of them. Stay slow, stay curious, and we'll see you on the next slow-paced adventure.